Hello everyone, and today we're playing a game called Alone in the Dark. This is a recorded live stream that I'm doing right now. I am doing a live stream as I'm recording this, so I will be talking to the people sometimes, probably not as much, but yeah. Anyways, so we're going to play Alone in the Dark. This is a 1992 game that came out, well, in 1992, like I just said, so... And this is one of the very first 3D horror games. I might be incorrect, but I think this is one of the first 3D horror games. So let's go and start playing. I probably should have looked into that before playing this. So it was the first 3D horror game, but whatever. Ooh. So very early graphics, and I love it. Okay, Alone in the Dark. Well, Alone in the Dark. Whoa. Okay, these are the people that made the game. Okay, so far starting really cool. So if anyone wants to know a little bit history of this game, and this is a HPL Lovecraft inspired game, and also some other stories as well. This is a game that was started production back in 1989, and yeah. Okay, begin a new game. Yes. So we're gonna play as her because
the attorney's letter came as a deep shock to me. My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand. The coroner's report was unequivocal. He hanged himself in the loft. Initial surprise and distress past, I considered the news. It seemed clear that Derceto had exercised a thoroughly morbid influence on my uncle's mind. That creaking old mansion with its unusual tales, its secret library door, the ancient upstairs clock, all those occult books that my uncle could not resist reading in spite of his fragile nerves. Fate had pointed its finger. Derceto had trapped its prey. Mr. McCarthy, the family lawyer, suggested selling the old house. I immediately opposed the idea. My duty is clear. I must go to Derceto. I tremble at the thought of those dark corridors, those brooding portraits. Yet I am convinced that Uncle Jeremy left a note, a letter of some kind explaining his fateful decision. I remember his voice saying, "Look at the piano, Emily. Look harder. Maybe the secret drawer will yield up an explanation." I have the feeling things will not be so simple. Life is a mystery containing more mysteries. Jeremy taught me that much. Now is the time to confront the mysteries. Derceto is waiting for me. I pray that my fear is nothing more than the fruit of my imagination. Nothing will ever persuade me that my uncle was insane. But why did he, according to the police report, block the loft window with the old wardrobe?
Ah, interesting.
My fate, now...
No. Yeah. No, I already read that. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the mouse out of the way. Okay, here we go. So there's other sequels of this game, but... Oh no! Oh! Oh god, frog, be careful! That was a little creepy, but oh well. It's a cute frog still. So there we go. So, oh god. So the characters in this game look really funny compared to today's day. Our car just drives off. That's not good. And there's also someone watching us, which is also not good. So here's our character. Oh, the door closed purposeful. Now, I can't believe she didn't notice that, or hear the car. Well, the car was quiet, but still. No, that was a bit suspicious. Looks interesting. It's very different from today, and I love it. So, I'm not going to be playing the whole game in today's stream. We might do other, I'm going to try to probably do other parts. So, hopefully that works out. Okay, so here we are. So, yes, it is WSD. I forgot to check our inventory. Oh god. Okay, okay, hold on. Got it. How to exit out. Close. Wait, so you? Oh god. Okay, this might actually take a little bit of a while. Stop it. Wait, so what is the inventory button? I. Okay, so I's the inventory button. Oh god, I gotta stop clicking that. Now, I want to know how to run. Now, apparently, a monster's going to come through that window, so we have to push the thing. Yep, it's coming. Shit. Push. Push. Okay, so remember not to click I. Well, we're gonna die either way, but so what we do now is we fight. God damn it. Oh god, you guys. Oh great. No. I need to know how to fight. Oh god. No, I don't want to. We're gonna die. Fight. How do I fight? Okay, so how about we wait? So our character just died, so we're gonna see the death. It's kind of goofy. So I'm gonna have to look into something really quick, so we're gonna take another break. The end. Shit. I also need to know how to save. I also need to know how to do some stuff. So we'll be right back. This is so cool. And also very long too. Okay, so our first save point is going to be number 1. Okay. So here's our character. So apparently, so we're supposed to move the closet, but I want to run. Running's gonna be tricky for us, you guys. Oh my god, character. You move. Our character runs or walks much faster behind. So we're gonna have to do the moonwalk most of this game. So I'm gonna try pushing it. There. That actually might have been too much. No, no, no. Don't know if that's a good thing. So I'm gonna press this now. Stop it. Okay. So we're supposed to press spacebar and the arrow keys. Die! Die! Please! Come on! There. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to open this. Okay, turn off flight mode. So yeah, so this game works very different than the games today. Obviously. Ah, a gun. Yes. So let's save, because that is a very important thing that we need. Actually, oh, well, shit, okay. Actually, hold on. Okay, so we can do other saves. Oops. Well, I'm sorry, everyone. We'll do it again. Okay, I'm ready now. How did I do that? Oh! Okay, I did it. So we grab that. Should we investigate the piano, though? Oh god, I'm moving that. I don't want to move the table, the stool thing. What the hell was that noise? Okay. Ah, there we go. Ah, okay, I see. Nothing here. Okay. Do you need to... Nope. Okay, so nothing there. Okay, I think I'm stuck in the push bar. That's okay. Maybe I should... Okay, I don't want to use that just yet. Okay, so there are bullets, but I don't know how to use the gun. Oh, I think I need to go to fight mode, maybe? Ah, okay, God, okay. I probably should not have done that because now we wasted bullets. But it's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's cool. Put it down. No, I didn't want you to do that. No. No. Crap. I want you to grab it. Hold on. Ah! Wonder what I just... Okay, I don't know what I just pressed. Okay, this is gonna take a little while for me to get used to the controls, so... don't expect me to know everything right now. So hold on, there was a door. There, okay, so you have to press it twice. Oh, okay, so that was the walkway, okay. It seemed like there was a little... oh, maybe that was just a carpet and it looked weird. Okay. Take that? Yes. Now, to open doors, we need to open... No. Oh. Okay. Let's save before we go over here. There. Actually, is there anything we need to check? So this is going to take a long time for me to get used to the controls. It is, after all, a 1992 game, so I can't really be that mad at it. Well, I'm not mad at it. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's just much different than most of the games. Now, do you see that little crack over there? That is a little... Well, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Okay, so we need to avoid going over there. So what we do to avoid going over there is we're going to open. Ah, spacebar. Okay, so it is actually spacebar. Now I need to be careful because there can be... Oh, it's locked. Are you kidding me? Now I need to be careful because there could be a monster in here. The hell was that noise? No. Close it. No, close it. Close that. Oh my god, Jesus Lordy character. Can you close the door? Our character seems not to want to close the door. Okay. Okay. Can I scooch this chair out of the way? Ah! Key. I bet you that that key is for the thingy over here. Okay. It's locked. I know it's locked, character. Use the key. My god. Use the key. Ah, there we go. Ah, sword. So this sword is going to help us, fight a little bit more betterly. And I don't want to waste the gun, so we're going to use the sword. So, where is that sword? Where's the sword? Ah, here it is. Now I need to be careful, because I don't want to waste this sword. No. Oh, damn it. Okay. So if you're wondering what just happened, I broke the sword. So we don't want to use it yet. We want to... Oh, God bless it. So I want to try fighting first, because I don't want to waste the sword. Oh, got it. I think I might have no choice. Okay, got it. Yeah, this is not working. So, we're going to go back and do that again. Oh! Okay, so I think we need to use the sword in this section. Okay, get ready. God damn it. Want to be careful, don't want to whap it too hard. Don't get close. Okay, yeah, now's not the time. There. Stay dead. Good. Now we're gonna need to get health. And I have no clue where health is. So. Shit. But we can do this. Don't worry, everyone. We got this. Well, we don't really got this, but whatever. Now, I don't want to waste that, because we could use that for something. No, I want to be very careful also going over there. Okay. Nothing in there. Should we save? No, I think we're fine. No, actually. Well, I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to go crazy with the saves. I just want to... Who the hell? Oh god, I'm sunlocked. I think I need to use this. Yes. There we go. Perfect timing. Damn it. Oh my god. Damn it. God. Oh great, I'm dead too. This game is difficult. Yes. Whatever. Okay. So we're gonna be dying. No, character. I didn't want you to do that. So let's save. Actually, we don't need the save, but I do want to stay in this angle. Just for safety. Yep, I should have known better that you were gonna... Okay, that is creepy, however. I will admit, that was well done on the game developer's parts. So maybe should I use a bow? I don't want to use the shotgun, because the shotgun we might need to use later. So... No. I'm gonna wait till the noise occurs. This is fun. I am actually enjoying this. Whapping the thing. Don't get close. There. Yes. Oh my god. This is so much fun so far. I'm enjoying this actually. Okay, 6. No, I want you to go back to opening drawer mode. So everything seems to attack us right now. No. Oh god, I meant wait, I did click search. Okay. I can't see shit. Well, actually I can, but I'm having trouble. Okay, let's check everything. It's locked. Well, how about we use the key? I doubt that the key's gonna be used for here. Yeah, I was about to say. That might have been too much hope. No, I didn't want you to start whapping things. I wanted you to start picking up things. Nothing. Okay. I want to stay away from the areas though, because you never know if something's gonna just appear out of nowhere. There. Thankfully, this game does not have stamina. Thankfully, stamina was not a thing back in 1997, which I'm really happy it isn't, because it should never been a thing, because I absolutely hate stamina. Oh god. Okay. Now, I don't know if we should use this. No, we don't use that as a weapon. Shit. There. No. Stop it. I'm afraid this might break. There. But we're really gonna need health. God, these monsters are a lot more very aggressive so far. No, I didn't want you to go. I wanted you to go over to the corner. Okay, I'm being a bit mean to the character. I'm sorry, character. I know you are right now dealing with a lot. Your uncle killed himself, and now we have to deal with strange monsters. I would be a little annoyed at everything too. There better not be a monster, because I can't see shit. The angles in this game are pretty bad. But, at the same time, this is really cool. Especially for a 1992 game, this is pretty impressive. No, I didn't want you to do that. Oh my god. Ah! Oh. Oh, health kit! That's good. Okay, so let's save. That is really good. Oh, we only have that many slots. Okay. No. I want you to change the name to 8. There. So that's good. So now we have a health kit. Should we use it? I think we should use it. Okay. Now, should we use this? I kind of want us to use it because we were already very low on health, and I really do not want us to die. So that means that this might not actually... Oh, I didn't want you to throw that. Thank God it didn't break. So should we could use it as a weapon. I doubt it, but I want to just keep it just in case. Actually, we're kind of getting low on stuff, so why not we just drop it? I know, this is probably really bad, but I don't know. I'm really worried, that's all. Now, so it looks like everything is sort of... Okay, hopefully nothing bad will happen. I'm gonna investigate the sink. No water. Lovely. Well, okay, how did this guy live in this house? It's really in no good condition. And by the way, I just love that bottle. It's very early graphics. Okay, yes, I think we checked everything here. Please no monster. Oh, lovely. Might want to get a weapon. I'm back. I think it's stuck. Would you stop flinging? God, does this thing ever die? Okay, I think it is dying. Is it dying? I don't know if it's dying. Do you want to try the shotgun, everyone? Oh, I think it's a bow. I don't know if we have any arrows in the bow. Why don't we go the other way? Okay, we can't. Well, let us save. No. Okay, sometimes this can be a little tricky. Sorry, everyone. I've been so no. This would be 9. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to figure out what I need to do in this section. Okay, so there is some stuff we need to get before we go any further that I forgot to pick up. So, we'll start with the very first thing we need to do. Well, the first thing I would like to do is get my character. There. Okay, now I get the running, so we just need to press W like once. Oh god, don't fall down there. There, take that. Come on. So we need to go and get that. There's something we need to get really quick. Hopefully we don't die while we do this in the process. There. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Oh god, I just moved that. So we need to open the closet. Did I pick that up? Yes, I did. Okay, good. That is something that we're going to need much later in the game, I think. So... okay, that did not work whatsoever. Sorry, the mouse is in the way. I'm trying to do this. Okay. So we're going to now make this 10 saves. So we're going to be here probably for a long time. Okay, not a long time. So I think we got most of the stuff that I forgot to get. Hopefully there's nothing else we need to get again. But I don't think we will be restricted to not come back here again. I think we can. I think we will be allowed to come back here. Oh god, be careful though. I wanna walk a little quietly in this part of the area. Or not quietly, I don't want to run just because of that like broken floor, but now I can run just because I'm a little bit more trusting of here. So, there is something that we do need to do really quick. So we throw that. Okay, leave that and take that. So we're supposed to break that and then we're supposed to use it. Character, that's not using. There. Take that. And there's 2 of those mirrors that we got. And that is going to allow us to get past those little creatures in the room. So I am very happy that we're making progress so far, because this was a pain to get working. So so fighting was no use. Oh, there. No. Okay. Perfect. No. No. What? Why? Why are you going back? No. Okay, so what mode oh god. Okay, so our character's stuck. Oh, so our character is programmed to go down the stairs, so we don't need to do the stairs. Okay, so let's open. Open. I don't trust that night. It's locked. Great. How about we use this? Okay. So I'm kind of not sure what we do in this section of the game. All I know is we need to be ready for any monsters. No. Oh, we're in fight mode. I wanted you to be in open search mode. Nothing here. Okay. So we're gonna go over here now. God, I'm already tired from this first section. Are you kidding me? No. So the bow is we're gonna have some trouble using. Do I want to use the shotgun? Shit. There. Ah. So, that's the last time using the shotgun. Okay, no, we're gonna need to use the shotgun for a little bit. I don't want to get rid of the keys. But I do think we might need to throw away something. Wait. Yeah. Put that down. Now we need to remember that it's there. Actually, there's no way I'm going to remember it being there, so... And I have no clue what's in that toilet, nor do I really want to know, so we're going to go back into the room, and we're going to grab that again. There. And we're going to take it back to the bathroom. I thought I put it in the bathroom. I think I've just moved. No. Back, turn around. So yeah, we're gonna put it back in the bathroom. And then hopefully we can remember to get it back when we need it. So some of the things I don't understand why we needed. Like, I didn't know that we needed to put the mirror here, or those two mirrors, and I don't know how people would know that. So I don't know how people played games back in this time frame, because how would they know some of this stuff? But oh well. Okay, let's put that there. Perfect. So now we're going to do 14. Leave. I might need to take those mirrors in the future. So if we need that stuff again, I'll put it in the bathroom. So it's in the bathroom now. Go. Fight mode. What? Was I really that? Was I really that hurt? So I wonder what we need to do there. This is a bit tricky, you guys. I was not expecting this game to be this tricky. No. Oh my god, character. With your goofy face. Ugh. Okay, so let's go back down. Okay. Now, before we go in here, I would like to make a save. How is that? Okay, we're gonna need something special later. We'll go and get that. So before we come back to that monster, we need to get a book that I forgot to get. I forgot to pick. Oh, I didn't forget. I just didn't know I had to get it. So no. Back. No, back. Okay. There we go. Will my character run? Thank you. That's the bathroom. Can't go over there. No. God. This character can sometimes be a bit tricky to control. Come on. Move it. Oh, poor pot. It's on the floor. Okay, back. We need to go back to the attic because there's a book that I forgot to get. There we go. So now I know how to run. Basically, we just like tab the arrow key, because I'm using the arrow keys because that's how the game operates. So we are going to read both of those things we just picked up. So apparently this is a thing that we can read, and we're also going to read this. Oh. Okay, so I totally forgot that I had to oh god. What's with our character? Oh, okay. So we're going to read this again. So I forgot to turn on the audio, so I apologize about that.
Fragment of the Myth of the Golden Fleece. Translation, Edouard de Villeban. Hesperides Publications.
Then Perseus came across Ichthys, who had been turned into stone. He spoke to his companions and said, "Beware of the Medusa. He who looks into their eyes is doomed to the same fate as that which befell poor Ichthys, and will never more set eyes on Seriphos." "Must we go blindfolded?" asked Eumolpus. "Take up your bronze shields and polish them until they flash in the sun," answered Perseus. "Fill your hearts with courage." "May Artemis guide us as though we were an arrow from her quiver." But Eumolpus was not satisfied. "Why do that, Perseus? Is 3 inches of sharpened metal not enough to destroy these accursed creatures?" Then Perseus drew his sword, which shone and glittered in the sun, and with it he dazzled Eumolpus. "Now what can you see?" the companions of Zeus' sons laughed. "Let us set to work, so that our shields may shine like mirrors."
Oh, I see. So that's it. Okay. And now we're going to read this.
Diary of Jeremy Hartwood.
September 27th, 1924. I have decided to keep this diary. Too many inexplicable events have taken place recently. Never have dreams so haunted my every waking moment. Perhaps my romantic mind was too dull, and has only now woken up to these new paths and visions. Some, seeing my recent paintings, may question my sanity. I can only ask them, what is sanity? Where does madness begin? September 28th, 1924. The night is pitch black. I am again drenched in sweat. I was wandering in the dunes, among giant standing stones. They were arranged in a circle, and the wind whistled about them. I plunged my hand into the soil and felt that repulsive thing which was trying to catch me. It seized me. I struggled to break free of its loathsome embrace and managed to tear my hand away. It was covered in sticky substance. I was gripping a knife. October 5th, 1924. The stone circle is a pentacle. Derceto's library is filled with books on the occult. I will study those books until I find some explanation for the dreams. The visions that haunt me must be connected to my discoveries. I shall have to undertake a profound exploration of my dreams. December 16th. Dear God, I have found the knife. It was hidden here, and what I have learned fills me with apprehension. It is a sacrificial dagger belonging to some unholy cult. The thought of that blade tearing through human flesh horrifies me, yet I must continue my research. Derceto is a storehouse of treasures. Was my father right, after all? January 23rd. I spend all my days plunged in dusty books. The servants are convinced I am mad. At night, I awaken them with my screams. The dreams are draining what sanity I still have. I have tried staying awake, but in vain. My visions have changed. No doubt the influence of my father's research. February 7th, 1925. The Dark Man, that is what I call him, has revealed his true face to me. He appeared, as usual, near the fireplace, but this time he approached me. His terrible smile will haunt me to my dying day. His breath was ice, and his burning eyes froze me. I could not move. I know, as surely as I have ever known anything, that the face I saw, the face that has turned my nights into hellish torture, is the mask of death. March 10th. My exhaustion is beyond description. The endless reading burns my eyes. It seems that pirates frequented the area. Dr. Herbert insists I keep to my bed. I have moved to another bedroom and sleep much better now. The Dark Man has not gone, however. I know it. He will wait for as long as he must. Unless I, Jeremy Hartwood, can find a way to send him back to whatever hell he comes from. March 11th. My poor knowledge of Greek and Latin is a serious handicap to my reading. I have, nevertheless, made a great step forward. I drew the symbol on the floor. He can no longer go there. I want him to understand that I can do the same thing in my bedroom. I can imagine his rage and frustration. Only last night he found his way back into my dreams. March 13th. The translation will seriously dent what money I have left. I cannot paint. My pictures are clearly the work of a lunatic. The collector Thornhill's embarrassed smile was proof of that. March 29th. He has come back. He found the door to my dreams. I am too weary to attempt any defense. I have no strength left to fight, and he knows it. He considers me dead already. Could I possibly? March 30th. How ironic! The cave my father sought for so many years is here! Beneath the house! Waits. The butler discovered a crack in the cellar wall. A breeze blows in through it, icy and repugnant. I am filled with horror at the thought of my father dying in this place. I will carry to my grave the vision of his face contorted in the agony of that fatal heart attack. His body was twisted. He had wept. His fingernails were torn and bloody from scrabbling at the floor. Dr. Gray concluded that death had been due to a heart attack. It was Waits, who some time later was informed that my poor father had in fact bitten off his tongue and choked on his own blood. March 31st. I explored the caverns in a dream. The Dark Man came with me. Strangely, I felt almost well. How can I describe what I saw? No. What words are capable of explaining such evil? I realized that my death was of no interest to him. The Dark Man wants something else. He seeks a body. His avid servants are now free. I am the cause. It is almost funny. A curse is on Derceto. From the foundations to the very rooftop. I can no longer struggle, let alone eradicate the evil that grips the house.
The end is very near. I can feel it. I have taken the decision to... May he who finds this diary pray for my soul.
Okay, so that was an interesting note. I was not expecting that. So we're gonna change this. Oh, we're gonna change that to 16. And we're going to go. So yeah, I just wanted to read both of those themes. Well, I wasn't really reading them. We were just getting more story details. So I think this is based around 1925 or 1926, somewhere around then, around that time frame. So obviously he was having some troubles. Oh my god. Leave. Sorry. Look at that cute teddy bear. I'm sorry, Pot. I feel bad for that poor Pot. I literally bashed at it. I don't know if it was a pot, but it was something made out of glass, obviously. Or something that could easily be shattered. I love reading these notes. They are... The voice acting is not that bad in my opinion. It's actually really good. So apparently what we need to do, and we're gonna have to go in here. Crap. Shit. So I need to open that drawer. Open! Character, open. Ah, damn it, character. Oh god, okay, we're gonna have to do another save. Ah, I should have saved. Over... Oh my god. Jesus, character. Move it. Sorry, Pot. Cute teddy bear, though. It's... God. Okay. I'm also having trouble moving the mouse out of the way. So we're going to do this section again. So we're going to have to do this again. Shit. Okay, we got that. Sorry for the dogs barking. Go! God damn it, character, you piece of shit! No. Okay. Oh, great. So, this room is dark, apparently, so we need to get the lantern. What? Oh. What? Shit. How do I use the... Oh my god. Sometimes this game can be kind of a pain in the ass. How to turn on lamp. Turn on lamp. That turned on sound, but that didn't turn on lamp. Oh. I just turned off music. Wonder. My dad just chatted LOL. So, okay, I'm gonna have to learn how to turn on lamp. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the matches for the lamp are in a different room. I don't trust at night, but whatever. Oh, okay. Looks like we already opened that. Character, go inside. Ooh, this is spooky feeny. Okay, probably should not have picked that up. Open. God, this gets a little tricky. Ooh, bullets. That's good. Might want to pick that up too. Okay. There's a painting. Oh. Apparently she was in the painting. Oh god. I totally didn't notice that there was something there. I did mention there was like a red thing. And I didn't know there was like a ghost. Is that a grandfather? Hello. Hello. Oh! Out! What did I just do? The place appears to be shaking. I didn't mean... Hopefully I didn't just screw up something. Oh! Oh! Oh god, no! Go away! Okay, so we just found out not to mess with that. Ah! So let's not mess with that. So, what? No! No, 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 no. What save did I... Oh, God. I just jacked up. We're gonna have to get that again. So, I think we need to be quiet when we get over there. Or not touch the chair. Okay. So don't touch the chair, apparently. Don't touch it there. I will say, I don't blame the monster for hating us, for just coming out of nowhere and taking all the stuff. So let's be very careful. God, I hate these camera angles sometimes. Go. Why are you not going? Okay, good. Okay, so we got the matches. And what that means is we get to use the matches on the lamp. And that means that we can now use this. Why does it take me back here? And we're now going to save this as our 20th save. And as we do that, we're going to also open the door. What? But we turned on the matches. There. What? So is this a new book that we just picked up? Because if it if it isn't, I would like to get rid of the other one. Okay. We also need to get rid of some stuff. Yeah, we're gonna put away that book. I know, character. I know. I don't. That's what I'm trying to do, character. What? Oh my god. How are we going to be... We are again, and we're going to drop this. Drop. There. Okay, perfect. And as we're going to drop that, we're going to drop this. We're going to drop this. Because we already read those two. There.
A Brightness from Afar by Lord Boleskine, an account of his celebrated voyage to New England, 1824, Alistair Publications, Cambridge.
Following a splendid journey, the sunny harbour came into sight. The locals were much impressed with one's arrival in their midst. One had time to sketch several of them and notice signs of degeneracy. Some children showed one their queer hands, that would inspire uneasiness. Upon the promise of a few coins, a child is undertaken to reveal to one a most prodigious phenomenon of a natural order. One admits to being skeptical as to the prodigiousness of the marvel, whatever it may be. Indeed, one suspects it to be little more than an evening stroll to some charming wooden hut situated in the forest hereabouts. One will nonetheless go, for it is always well to submit to such local enthusiasms. One admits to being somewhat flabbergasted. The Milky Way shone like the fires of the apocalypse from the inky celestial vault. Certain distant stars normally invisible to the naked eye were clearly visible, glittering indeed with a strange intensity. The heavy clouds that had settled above the village had no hold over that place. It would be pointless to offer here the names of the constellations one perceived in utter clarity. Apart from the interminable length of such a list, one might conceivably risk being charged with exaggeration. The cross cast its shadow on the ground. The sea in the distance was dead calm. Tonight, one will return to that spot and draw those stars. Tomorrow night, one will at last see Halley's comet in all its brilliance. The youngster will carry torches, despite one's developed sense of direction. Honed by years of travel, one feels incapable of finding one's way through the dark forest unaided. The drawings will, one is convinced, set light to the souls of men. Such a moon! One lost count of the craters, so sharply was their definition. Loath as one is to seem excessive in one's appraisal, one cannot but feel that the forest clearing is indeed a place outside the common laws of time and space. Surely it is not an hallucination. How strange to consider that idle conversation, some research in the British Museum, and a voyage to this backward village should culminate in so astounding a discovery. It may be that others have noticed the extraordinary nature of that place. How else could one explain the presence of that cross?
Okay, so that is it, I think, for the Finny. So now, I think we got pretty much. Oh, now we can take that. Leave it right now. Leave that. Leave that. Hopefully, there's no monster will come and attack us out of nowhere. So we're going to need that to use that later. Nothing in there. Okay, 22. No, take that. We're gonna leave those books over there, because we're gonna need enough room to... I don't like the look of this place, but yeah, we're gonna need enough room for some of this stuff. So let's have a flight. Or fight. No. No. I need you to open the door, honey. What are you doing? Oh god. Ha 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 ha. this is probably the section with the most complicated puzzle. Probably not most complicated puzzle, but one of the most trickiest puzzles. Shit. Shit. Ah, no! Oh my god. Oh, we really need health. Okay. Okay, so since we're here, why not we use this, take that, drink that. You feel better. Good, because we're gonna need it. Okay. Drop that down. Leave. 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 Take. Leave. Sorry. So we're gonna save. I don't know if we need to fight. All I know is this man with the axe is going to throw his axe at us. What just happened? Okay, the camera was stuck on the arrow. Okay, I need to know what exactly I'm going to need to do. So why not we go to the library? Go, go, go. Go. Damn it, character. In the room. Oh my god. You could have avoided that, but you're stuck. Sorry, everyone. This is a bit difficult. So I hate how the camera angles work, but I can't be that mad just because this is... I hate this game sometimes. Already I'm hating... well, I love this game, I really do. I mean, I'm actually enjoying this, but when it does stupid things like that... Go! Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Okay. We're gonna have to do something a bit different. So, how is this supposed to work? I'm thinking we're gonna have to just do a zigzag and kind of run around. Okay, so that's a bit bullshit. Okay. So you see this thingy? We're gonna have to use that on this. Why are you backing up? There. There. God. No, I don't want you to fight. I want you to open doors. That was a bit of bullshit. What the hell? Okay. I want to do that again. So I kind of want to fight this guy because this guy's going to be pain in our... I wonder if I like do this and then do that. I can't. Okay, so you can't fight when you have the lantern. That's going to be a pain. Ow! He got me through the section? Okay. I know, this is an old game. I should not be that mean to it, but it is a bit frustrating. Oh, it's gonna grab me for the... It's going for the books? What? Okay, that's a load of bullshit. Let's fight it here. Come on! Of the character. Okay, so let us do this again. Fight mode. And then we'll go back and try to get the thingy. Now, will the creature guy be still there? Look at those special leg fighting skills. Okay, grab that. Okay, so I have an idea. Let's drop it. Maybe you want to hurry, character? Leave it. I think I remember, like, a secret door zone. God, this game sometimes. Okay, so we're just going to investigate kind of around and get some stuff. Okay, mouse is... Oh! So I think we need to get this guy. Because what he has is very important, so... is a sword, and we need that sword. Is this doing it? No. Okay. So I don't think we're supposed to fight him. God, why is there so many NPCs that we can't fight? So we're gonna just go downstairs. And maybe investigate a little bit. Okay. Open this. Wait. Aha. Take those keys. Aha. Anything else? So there's 2 knives. I don't think we need to get the 2 knives. No water. Don't have any room. Okay. So that might mean that we will probably... We're gonna need to use that later, but for right now, I prefer to not use that right now. And we're gonna need that for like a section where there's like a dinner table room with the monsters in it. Don't love that. Okay. Oh. What? Okay, fight mode. Grab the knife. Let's try the knife. I love this game. Oh, good. Okay, probably should have saved much sooner. No! What? Oh god. Okay, hold on. Okay. We'll worry about that later. Oh my god. Okay. So apparently they're gonna make Alone in the Dark remake. And I saw it and it was very... A lot of people are excited for it. I'm not excited for it because the remake looks too Resident Evil-ish to me. And I'm not really happy for that. So I'm a little annoyed that they're gonna do that, but, you know, whatever. Are you kidding me? Stupid fiend, go away. Stop going over there. Stop. So we're gonna need to drop that. And we're gonna need to use this pot for getting through a section. Leave, take. Perfect. So we're gonna need to use this pot to put on the dinner table, like that area we saw, right? Okay, so I think crap. Okay, go over there. Sit there and don't move. Good zombie. There we go. Okay, so there we go. I didn't like that zombie. He was being a little bit of a jerk. And... No! So they all sit it, and oh my god, this game is like about to crash. The frames got really low after that section. Is there anything we need to check? And what did I even grab? What is this lighter supposed to be used for anyways? Okay, so I think we did the section. I'm not sure. No. Okay. The recording sound is good. So we need to do something really quick. There, God. It takes forever for this character to move it sometimes. Okay. So, I need to... Oh! We need to grab that bottle. So, you remember that, thingy? There, we got it. Okay, good. And there's also bullets in one of those thingies. We'll go back to that in a moment. I want to go back to that gas machine, because we need to get that, gas. Okay. I should probably save before, doing this again. 9. Good. Should have known better. Okay, so we need to, like, literally rush in here. Okay. Swipe that away. Crap. Use it, use it, use it. Great. So we're probably gonna need... Well, do we really? I think we need to. Okay, we'll do that in a moment. We'll get the water later. First, I want to do this section. It's locked. Okay, lovely. Huh? Okay. so low? Let's do the garden section first. I didn't do this section. So we need to take these. Shit. Get rid of the spiders. So there's more stuff we need to get rid of. Let's see, what do we need to get rid of? I don't think we need the keys anymore. So we'll pick those up. Okay, I'm gonna start just throwing stuff because this is taking way too long. I think we already read the book. Okay, probably don't want to do that. No, we definitely don't. I definitely want to keep the matches. Leave it. Let's see, what else do we need to get rid of? Take it. We already got the gun now. Okay. What else do we need to get rid of? Love these noises. Reload. Okay. 6 bullets. Drop that. No, I wanted to throw it. Okay, so I think I got... No, leave that alone. Okay, we need to go back to Spiderland. Probably should not have... Yeah, I probably should not have went into the room and picked up the stuff until later. But I didn't know we needed to get rid of some stuff. Oh my god. There. Okay, so it takes a while to open some of the stuff. So open that. Yes. Now, throw. We already read that. Throw. Key. Oh. But first, I need to get rid of some stuff. Now, did we get rid of that book? No, I think we're ready to go into the place. Oh god. What? Ah! Okay. No, we don't need to reload that one. I want to reload this one. No. Well, the key's gone. Oh no, it's over there. Yeah, this is failing pretty bad. Okay, don't know how to use the gun. Shit. What in the... We're really low on health. We need to get a sword, but how do we get the sword? I'm afraid to use this, but we'll try. The camera angle is also really bad. Okay, arrows. Now, I don't know if there's a health kit anymore. Wait, there's something over there. Health kit. Is there a health kit can I get? I have no clue what to do. Do this section later, because this guy is being kind of a pain in the ass. And we need more health. We have no room. We literally have nothing. Okay, we don't literally have nothing. Just not a lot of stuff. Perfect. Now, we're going to save. 32. So there's a couple of things I would like to do. There. So now, I can actually do stuff. Because we were kind of stuck. How much shit do we need to get rid of? Now we can drop this. I heard that we need to keep that metal thingy. But I want to pick up that book. No, I think we're fine. Okay, a book. Let's read.
Memories by Alistair Boleskine. Printed in London, A. Machin, editor, 1833.
It was during a conversation with G that one first heard of the New England fishing village of I. The area was apparently the ideal place from which to witness unusual phenomena in space. The quality of the air, along with the conjunction of several favorable factors, made one impatient to get started. Having gleaned what information one could from the British Museum, one set off with all haste. One's work on space and comets in particular had met with a warm response, and one thought it judicious to include several original sketches of the phenomenon, sketches which one felt were sure to arouse a great deal of keen interest in the scientific circles of 1834. One refers naturally to the passage of Halley's comet.
Editor's note: Lord Boleskine's memoirs end at this point. Who knows what extraordinary contributions he might still have made had he not succumbed during his visit to New England to dementia, followed by an early death in St. Andrew's Hospital.
Well, that sucks. Okay, so since we did that, I would like to do... Oh. Shit. Okay, that didn't get rid of that. Okay. Yeah, I don't need the pot. I don't think we need the pot. Maybe we do need the pot. Okay, it's locked. So no health kit. Oh no. This is possibly not good, you guys. Now, okay, I'm gonna have to watch a video really quick, because we are kind of stuck. I now just figured out what we need to do. So you know the statue? We have to throw it. There! And we might have to take that. Or maybe not. Do we have to take that? Let's just put it here for now. And if we have to, then we'll use it later. Okay, 34, 35, okay. 35. So we can now fight the pirate guy downstairs. Which will be good for us. So hopefully this works. I'm going to make one more save because I don't want to go all the way back down here. Okay. Character, you got to stop with that bullshit. Damn it, we need the health, and I don't know if we have health. We might be stuck, you guys. Especially when the character character does stupid things like that. Use it! God bloody hell! You gotta use it. Ah, sorry. Ah. Is there like a health kit we can use? Okay, we'll get the health kit later. For right now, I would like to... We need to... Actually, I think we might get a health kit. Actually, no. We can do something. We'll deal with that guy later. I think I have something that we can do. So, I think... Wait a minute. Actually, do I have... Where's my lantern? I think my lantern is in the area. Well, actually, no. We don't need the lantern because we got this. Never mind, we can't. Probably should not have done that. But... Okay, so I did it. So hopefully this will have a health kit. No. Ah, here's the book. Okay. Take that. Well, is there a health kit that we can get? Wait. Move it. Oh my god. Ew, is there like people watching us? Ew. I don't like that. God, everything needs recharging. I kind of want to go back to that room, but I don't think the health kit will work. So we're kind of stuck, because I was really hoping that that room would have a health kit, but it doesn't, so... Okay. We don't need that. So let's go back to the kitchen. There's some stuff in the kitchen that we will need. But we need to go back up. Leave it. Leave it. Anything else? Please be a health kit somewhere. Leave it. No. There is not a health kit.
Oh.
You don't do that. Okay, so we have an issue. I don't have any lantern oil. Oh wait, we do. God, you guys. I think we do. Oh my god. So it isn't completely hopeless. I was about to get very angry because I felt that everything was like about to end horribly. But no. What? 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 Wait, what? Okay, so apparently we can't read it. Please work. Oh. Oh. Okay. Do you have the lighters? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go to the library. Does this work? Okay, go, 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 go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Go away. I'm sorry, statue. I love you, but no. Now this guy is still here. And we need to be very careful because he can, well, kill us. He's already here. Hurry, 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 hurry. So, we need to use this book on here. There. What in the world is this noise? What in the world did I just do? Huh? Okay, I think the game just glitched for a moment. Why? What? I think we already got that. Might need that. Okay, we'll read the book and then we'll get rid of the book after we're done reading it.
Juan Luis Jorge, De Biblioteca. Reflections on the power of the verb in certain texts. Archaeos Publications, 1919, Stafford.
Translation does not alter the occult power contained within such forbidden texts. The malevolent energy is in no way diminished. The spell must be cast aloud and clearly, in certain languages or little-known dialects. Maglafar Fatang. The reader will understand that, in the light of these revelations, I would be foolhardy to continue quoting from the text I have before me. If spoken aloud in its entirety, it would surely awaken powerful and malignant forces. I will go further and say that simple reading of some of the more technical passages describing specific practices is in itself a perilous exercise. The ill-prepared reader can easily fall prey to attacks of demented hysteria, not unlike those described in cases of individuals said to be possessed by evil spirits. I recommend the study made by Zempf, Urbain, Grandier, and Loudon, and the reports made by the Reverend Richard Price concerning a number of astonishing, to say the least, exorcisms carried out in a parish near Providence. Given what I have written, we must be grateful to the librarians of the British Museum, who have never allowed consultation of the work of Al-Azif's startling work, the infamous Necronomicon. Copies of that work do exist, in spite of the zeal of book-burning inquisitors. For proof, we need look no further than the British Museum, of course, and the sealed archives of the Miskatonic University in Arkham. Other examples of books whose evil can be unleashed by any thoughtless reader are von Jutz's von Unersprechlichen Kulten and the abominable De Vermis Mysteries by Ludwig Prien, whose sordid death should be a lesson to all those tempted by a study of the occult.
Okay, so that is our book, and we are going to throw this book away. Okay, leave that, take that, and we're going to read that book. So I'm disappointed that there's no health kits, but whatever.
Ludwig Prien. Domine invocatoris si non sanctificatus es cave. De vermis mysteriis non absolvo folem legendum fatum et eum versus. Tibi magnum inominandum signa stellarum nigrarum et Ludwig Domine.
Okay, so that was a very I'm a little pissed off about that. What? We will not read that book. Okay, so I want to read this just in case, again. Maybe it didn't, maybe you have to read it to get, like, some special thingies.
The Sacrificial Dagger, Otto Stern, Lumina Books.
The importance placed on ritual sacrifice is constant in religious cult practice. Propitiating the gods is a theme common to many religions. The Old Testament affords many examples. Primitive polytheistic belief systems integrate sacrifice in their rituals as part of the recurrent process of reaffirmation and, naturally enough, group cohesion. The members of their social and religious community come together in an act of purification and atonement. It would be erroneous to imagine the act of human sacrifice linking priest, offering, and God, cf. Manzetti stone cults, as anything less than a vital focusing of the group's faith. The act also ensures the continuing appeasement of the god, but only if practiced by a recognized officiating priest using the appropriate instrument. Studies made concerning primitive religious groups bear witness to the central role of sacrifice in living ritual. My own work in the field of ethnopsychology brought me into contact with a sorcerer living in the region of Arkham. He introduced me to the rite of steel, linked to a ceremony known as adoring the black goat of the woods with 1,000 youngs. The god being adored is known as the vagabond. Here, the dagger's role, which allows the life breath to pass from one dimension to another, is essential. The vagabond is a frightening figure, being able to move where he wants and to kill those who have displeased the goat god, for whom he acts as a go-between. The goat is clearly a fertility god. The priest, having spoken the invocation, must choose the appropriate dagger for the sacrifice. The knife with a sinusoidal blade that must be dipped 7 times, on night when the moon is full, in water that has been distilled 100 times, will be laid aside, since it would send the vagabond back into his own dimension. See illustration. The priest will rather choose the dagger with a curved blade. That is more appropriate for slitting of the lamb's throat. This act transfigures the sorcerer priest and plunges the assembled worshippers into a divine trance.
Okay, so that is the last of those notes. Will our character die? Hopefully not. So we'll throw that book away.
The Book of Yael, Signs of Stone, Eucharistic Rituals of Forbidden Cults. Texts collated by Monsignor Vacher, legate in the Curia of the Vatican.
Numerous devilish cults speak of monstrous creatures called the Old Ones. These supernatural beings are believed to be possessed of powers equivalent to those of the gods of antique religions. Adepts of such cults refer to forbidden literature in order to cause these frightful entities to appear before them. What serious student of folk myths has not come across the names of Cthulhu and Shub-Niggurath? It must be said that these creatures wield tremendous power and are difficult to control once they have been unleashed into the world. Those who serve He Who Goes in Shadows protect themselves with signs of stone carved into the walls of houses or engraved on various objects. For those misguided servants of evil, the best protection appears to be that afforded by the sign of the most ancient gods, engraved in Manar stone, a heavy material said to be disagreeable to the touch. The sinful practices of those who fall into such errors can only lead to the darkest of despair, and are a mortal danger to the soul. Such monsters as those invoked by these foolhardy individuals are engendered when reason drops its guard. Man is easily tempted into perversion. It is why we must forever remain alert and renounce Satan with each breath we take. His ways are infinite in number.
Okay, interesting. No. So I'm going to throw these, papers. Oh. So I don't think we need to do anything in here. Let's save. I don't think we're gonna get a health kit. Shit. That's bad. We really need a health kit because my character is really low on health. Okay, so... Yes! God bless it. Finally got something to get rid of. Pick it up. We're probably gonna need to take this. So I think we're finished with this section. So I don't think we need to take that. Shit. Stop. No. So I'm really concerned because we do not have health kit. Oh, we're actually not done with that area. I just remembered. We actually need to go back to that area because there is something up there. But we don't need to use the lantern anymore. I probably should actually stop using the lantern. I'm probably still gonna go low. Hopefully not. No, back down, character, back down. Oh, God. The faces are hilarious looking to me. Oh, we should check the basement. I forgot about the basement. Okay, before we fight that guy, I'm sure there has to be something down in the basement. Please be some health kits in the basement. We really need it. Game, what are you doing? So we need to go back to here, and there is something that we need to move. This. That is not what I wanted to do. There. Oh, yes. Okay, we can't pick up the key. We can't pick up the paper. We literally cannot pick up anything in this game. So we're going to drop that because I think we read that. What happened? I thought we got rid of all this stuff. Do we have any more oil in here? No. Okay, special paper. So let's read the paper and I'll show you guys what we need to
The
use.
Creatures of Night by Hubertus the Bald. Translated from Latin by his brother in prayer, Fratre Johann Marcus.
Of monstrosity. You who read me know that night engenders monsters and that night creatures exist. The accursed book of Abdul al-Hazred is clear on this matter. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Unhappy he who knows that book. Unhappy he whose eyes alight upon that foulest of texts. Unhappy he who implores the standing stones, for he will free the powers of darkness. Of the pit. Stagnant waters are like the memory of men. Beneath the surface calm, clawed beasts await and are known to initiates as the deep ones. Awaiting his prey, the deep one seizes him and drags him down to the abyss, where Dagon, the cruel god, swims and reveres him whose name may not be pronounced. Of libraries. Unhappy he who frees the prowler. Unhappy he who meets the prowler erring among the books. He generates the vagabond that comes from other spheres. He believes the vagabond does not exist. He will feel the embrace of death, for in the eyes of the vagabond, books are no more than dreams, stone no more than wind. The vagabond knows how to take the breath of the reckless. Of strife. He who speaks does not know, and believes he is able to kill the creatures of the night. Folly. Evil is conjured up by science and secrecy. He who prowls among books will perish by the blade. He who flies in the dark caverns will scream in fear. He who swims in the depths will evaporate. But he who believes he knows nothing. He who knows says nothing. Of death. There are domains more terrible than death. That is not dead which can eternal lie. Each creature is conjured up and is not dead, but returns to the origins. A monster, a science. Steel kills the vagabond who never dies. Translator's note. Here ends the manuscript of Hubertus, who died in the library of the convent of Teruel in the year of our Lord 1666. Requiescat in pace.
Okay, so let us save after reading a little bit about that. No. Oh God. I'm having some trouble navigating through this section. There might be actually a health kit in that room, but I'm afraid to go down there. So let's check the basement really quick. I want to check the basement just in case. And let's also not go in there. Shit. So we can't... What key is the key to the basement? What? Oh my god, everything is locked, shut, tight. Stop it. Oh my god. So here's where the key is. Shit. Aha. Crap. Let's read the book. Why is the book? It better not be another curse book. Don't leave that. Let's... I don't know if I want to get rid of the... Okay, we're gonna have to check everything. We can probably get rid of this. I don't think we need to use this. What? Oh, okay. What? Okay, I think we got rid of all of that. I don't know. Leave. Investigate. Grab. Take. Read.
The Tale of Captain J.W. Norton of the Army of the Union.
1862. The South was in collapse. Louisiana was open to us. I had each day to requisition victuals for our troops, and was aided in this endeavor by a score of brave men. Rebels were not yet ready to lay down their arms. The region was far from safe. I headed further and further west, and questioned many freed slaves. From them, I learned of a plantation on the coast. Its name was Derceto. We received a less than hearty welcome. Only Pickford, the owner, behaved in a friendly manner. While my men counted cattle and grain reserves, I learned what I could from him. Man was most unusual and possessed an extraordinarily cultured mind. At nightfall, I gave orders for the men to bivouac at Derceto. Pickford invited my second-in-command, Lieutenant Patterson, and myself to dine. And our host proved a most entertaining conversationalist. While coffee was being served, Patterson went to inspect the men's camp. The cigar Pickford offered me was so acrid that my head began to spin. I remembered campfire tales of fellow officers trapped by devilish Confederate tricks. My mind floated in a foul and dense fog. from which emerged the enlarged and deformed face of Pickford. He grinned at me. Patterson's return chased off the nightmare. I heard shouts and firing from outside and found the strength to take out my revolver. I fired 3 shots. Pickford fell to the floor. Patterson then helped me out of the burning house. The air was filled with smoke. We resembled a company in disorderly retreat. I saw slaves leaping into the flames of that inferno. They were trying to save Pickford's life.
Okay. Interesting. Sorry if I'm skipping some of the things. I don't know when a character or when the voice narrator is not talking or something like that. So I don't know if that's the basement. I kind of don't want to go down there. Oh, this is definitely not the place we need to go to. Yeah, we're not ready to go down there just yet. Unless we want to get a bad ending, of course. Because I think you can get a bad ending. Okay, I can see drawers in this. No. I love you can just throw stuff. It's kind of funny. Oh my god, why is the game kind of fuzzy? Or the frames are kind of getting choppier. Okay, so I'm gonna have to look into where the key is, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know where the key is, so I'm gonna search through here. Leave that. Leave that. Take that. Because that key looks similar. Where is this key? Oh, thank God. Okay, finally something we could do. Oh, I'm not controlling it. Okay. I was wondering, am I controlling this or not? Now, I'm afraid that those mices will probably try to attack us. Yikes. I'm leaving, leave me alone. God bless it. Glad you can do that too, because I'm in no mood to watch my character slowly come downstairs. Aha! Perfect. So... Come on! How is this thing not dead? This is ridiculous, you guys. How is it not dead? It should be dead. Oh my god. It seems that everything is just not wanting to die. Please be a health kit somewhere. That's a book. I don't want a book. I want you to give me a health kit.
The trial of Captain Preggst, as reported by his faithful companion Elisha Smith, known amongst his fraternity by the awful name of Captain Ellie Hell. Transcribed from the log found aboard the wreck of the frigate Astarte by H. Hartwood.
"By all the devils!" roared Preggst, glaring at William, the judge. "Curse it, Will! It'll take much more than every cannon in the blasted navy to make me change me mind. You're the greatest blackguard that ever joined our fraternity. Am I not Preggst, captain of the Astarte, and bloodiest villain in all the seven seas? Bloody Ezek, they call me. And you think I'll tell you where I hid my treasure?" The tribunal of the Corsairs' fraternity murmured at this. Preggst was indeed all he claimed. The judge, One-Eyed William, slammed his fist on the table, and silence was restored. "Shut your mouth, Preggst! You didn't pay the fraternity its rightful share, and that means only one thing. You'll hang by the neck from a yardarm, you scurvy cur! Here's the rope twisted by Satan himself. You threaten me, Will? Many a man better than yourself has lived to regret holding a cutlass in my face. You'll be begging for mercy, mark my words." That shook One-Eyed William, and no mistake. Danny waved his hook in the air and shouted, "Preggst was always a loudmouth. The law says we hang him." The jurors took up the cry, "Hang him!" It was Preggst's turn to slam his fist on the table. He threw back his head and roared with laughter. "You fools! You want to kill what will never die? Try it!" Once more, the assembled Corsairs murmured. There was unease in the air. They remembered what happened to Chuck, the gizzard slitter, the man who opened his mouth once too often. It was night, and a bitter wind whipped the New England coast. Snug inside the Dead Horse Inn, one of the Astarte's men was talking. His name was Chuck, and his subject was black magic. He told stories of human sacrifices, voodoo rites, and zombies. He told a tale of a time when their luck was down and they were holed up in a Florida swamp. Preggst went missing. When he returned, he shouted, "'Tis the devil that guides us now, me hearties!" Whether that was true or not, the Astarte began taking loot after juicy loot. The favorite song of the Astarte's men, "Crash the Bones," was replaced by a new one. A skull, go to port, sabre, to starboard. Pass over that will, and with death you'll deal. If you cut a rope, cut the right, I hope, or then, I don't mind, the death you will find. The next day, as you may have guessed, Chuck's body was found with a dagger plunged between his shoulder blades. Chuck's face was fixed in a ghastly grin. Molten lead had been poured down his throat. Whatever way things happened next, and I don't have the details, Prext was with us again, and we set sail for Florida. We anchored the frigate not far from New Orleans. Taking a few trusted companions with him, Prext set off into the swamp. They carried large wooden chests with them. 2 days later, we heard shots being fired and screams. Prext arrived soon after that and claimed they'd been attacked by alligators. He alone managed to escape with his life. He went on to say that the time had come to share out the spoils of our many loots. I was given command of the Astarte, while Prext handed 3 chests over to the crew. The chests were full of gold and precious gemstones. The rum flowed that night, and the stars shone bright. All at once, I noticed a tall man dressed in black. Prext introduced him to me. "Here's a hearty mate. You can call him Keith. Many a tale he could tell." Prext laughed loudly and held up a roll of parchment. "And his hideout, none better." The parchment fell to the ground, partly unrolling. I noticed what seemed to be a map of underground tunnels, a veritable maze of caverns. Prext continued, "I'm giving up the pirate's life. The Astarte is in your hands now, my lad. She's a fine ship, and my reputation goes with her. Should any man call me coward, then break his head for me. I'm leaving you only because I found a treasure more precious than the purest of gold." Keith spoke to him then. "It is midnight. They are ready, and we must go." The stranger turned his cold eyes on me and said in a soft, chilling voice, "Sometimes Prext talks too much. Forget what he just said, and maybe you'll live." The fellow's words froze the marrow in my bones, and it was all I could do to mumble, "I'll not breathe a word." The canoe slid away into the night. Their torches disappeared in the distance of the swamp. My snoring companions didn't hear the insidious rhythm of far-off drums.
Okay. Interesting. I'm being attacked by a mouse, but that was a really interesting story. Now, would this mouse leave me alone? My heart here. I'm a pirate, and I don't like this mouse chasing me. Go away, mouse. Oh, take that. That just rolled the Oh, and Jesus Lordy, that sound is really hard. So, this place was useless because we don't have any health kits. And I really need a health kit while there's mouses in the way. But that was a very important thing we had to do, however. We had to get rid of that boxes because then that'll allow us to escape. But if we don't have any health kits, guys, I have no clue. So, oh shit, I don't know what we're gonna do. I want to try to get past this annoying pirate boy. And this is a very difficult boss to deal with, apparently. Which is lovely, because I don't really want to deal with difficult bosses, but if we have to, we must. Okay. I think we might need to keep those, but we will be throwing this. And we'll be throwing that too. Actually, this probably was a bad place to put that, but Maybe I should move everything out of the way. Well, let's just try it. I don't know if I should keep the arrows. No. Crap. That's my issue. I really don't know what we're gonna do with this guy. We could try the gun, but I don't know. That's gonna be issue. We got him a little bit, but oh, guys, I don't know. See, this is what I hate about some of these games sometimes is, damn it. I really don't want to redo everything, but we're gonna have to because we don't have a health kit. My health is shit, and I don't know how to heal myself. And I'm kind of getting annoyed that this guy is such a pain in the ass. So I don't think we need to kill this guy. Nor do I really want to, because this guy is a pain in the ass. And we need a health kit. Where is the health kit? Pick up the weapon. I should have had the weapon in my hand. There. We got him there. We got him there. There. We got him a little bit. We got him a little bit. It was a good angle I got. Shit, come on. have almost had him. Damn it. Okay, first of all, grab the thing. We'll deal with the storage later. I'm gonna save over here because I'm kind of tired of picking this thing up. There. Maybe we should try the dagger instead. Let's try the dagger. I don't know if we should try the dagger or not. God damn it. Sorry everyone. This is really tricky. How do I get him? Damn it, I think we have to wait till he hits. But he's flinging out of nowhere sometimes. He's never stopping. Okay. I think this might be possible to do it without a health kit, but if we can't, then we're gonna have to redo the whole game again, because there's literally no health kit around. But there is one more room we should check. Why is this guy not dying? I don't get how do you do this. I hate this. I can't get a good angle on this guy. I know this is a cheat, but I'm kind of getting tired of this guy. Let's try the gun, because I'm kind of getting sick of this. I don't think he's dying. I think he's avoiding the gun. So that means we have to fight with him. Okay, so my father says to go and try to back him up through a wall. So we're gonna do that. Instantly killed. Where is the health kit? I want to know where the health kit is. Go back. God bless it. I don't know how to get him back. God, I hate this game sometimes. God damn it. I need a health kit. Because he's gonna keep on hitting me. And finding a way to avoid him. Where's the health kit? There's gotta be a health kit somewhere. No, there isn't a health kit. Because this game sucks. Backwards. Oh. There. There. No, 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 no! Stop it. There, oh my god! Oh my god, we did it. Ah, thank you, Dad. Oh my god. For the device. God damn it, the storage. I'm going to fling this block. So, what you do, guys, is you go into a wall and you fight him. But also, what you also do is you be careful to not waste your health kits. Because if you do, then this will make this 10 times more harder. Because apparently, even with health kits, it's even more harder. Since I watched the video that had health kits, and they had a hell of a hard time too. So, we're going to read this book. And then after we read the book, we're going to end today's video because I am tired.
Daemonia Particularis, Signs and Rituals, by Heinrich Cassel, Ring Publications.
The ritual of invocation demands that the officiant be pure. We have already described the complex operations to be followed in order to call those that sleep in superior dimensions. We shall, for the present, limit ourselves to the sign of mutual recognition used amongst their number by adepts of the cult of the Old Ones. The sign also serves as protection when in the presence of a servant of evil. The sign resembles a blessing, save that the first and little fingers are both folded beneath the thumb, whilst the second and third fingers are held up. It would appear that this sign has no effect on adepts of a certain rank with knowledge of particular secrets contained in the corpus demonicus. The use of such signs is not without considerable risk to the user during any attempt to call upon those from without.
Oh, okay. That's it. Okay. Good. Okay. So we're gonna do one more puzzle. Yes, I know it's locked. That's what we're literally doing. So we have one more puzzle to do. And basically, that one more puzzle is to, well, and first of all, so we saw what happened when I first went in here. We cannot touch these guys because, well, basically, we die, so. And I'm going to throw this book away. Because I'm in no mood. No. He better not respond. I will literally leave and not play this game ever again. Okay. So now we're going to use that. Leave that. So we have to avoid getting these guys because we need to get that key over there. And if we don't, then we'll die. So I'm going to do a save. Shit. Well, we just did it. Come on. Move it, you two. I know you love each other, but I kinda need... No. No. Pick it up again. Okay, they're gone. No. We're done. I'm done. So, what we need to do is we need to go back to here. Leave it. Oh my God! I'm sorry, everyone. I know this is a good, old game, and this is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it, but man, sometimes it's... Especially just fighting that annoying monster. I'm kind of tired of this game. You can't completely blame me for that. Okay. What? Okay, there. So we're going to end it here for today, everyone. I am done for today's, game.